One of our listeners, John Hayes, put it best on Patreon about Ming. He said Ming was basically Odd Job from Goldfinger. Remember the James Bond movie? That's who his character was at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. We have a fan question. It comes from Bryant Haremza. He wants to know more about Colonel Parker. He said Colonel Parker would wrestle occasionally on the house shows this month here in July. Do you think the fans of WCW got to see the full talent of Robert Fuller, or was he not allowed to be his full self as a performer in WCW?
Well, no, the best Robert Fuller prior to becoming Colonel Parker was as a babyface. You know, he was very good babyface, a lot of skills, just like Jimmy Golden prior to Bunkhouse Buck was great babyface. But when he became Colonel Parker, if you listen to that promo that he cuts on me, and it was a pretty scathing one from last week's show, right?
Yes.
He cut a pretty good word. Listen to the verbiage and go back and listen to it and see how entertaining it is and how he never misses a beat. He doesn't do anything that's not flawless for that character. And he hit it every single time. You give him a mic, there was never an instance that he fumbled.
We're going to get to what happened at Bash in the Beach with the turn and your match. But before we get to the pay-per-view, we do want to mention arguably a more important event than the Flair Hogan Dream match that we're also going to talk about at this event for the WCW World Title. And that was Vince McMahon this month was defeated. He defeated the federal government in court and was exonerated on all charges stemming from the distribution of the steroids and the whole steroid scandal. Jerry McDevitt, obviously, the lawyer, and has always been Vince's steadfast lawyer. But charges are dropped. Do you remember what the reaction of WCW locker room was when that verdict was handed down? Do you remember anything around this time period in regards to the scandal, especially when they announced that he was cleared?
I have no idea what I thought at the time. I know I was getting ready for a big match in my career.
Yeah.
And that overrode anything that would possibly happen or didn't happen or what happened. So it didn't affect me. That was in the rearview mirror, the whole WWF thing.
The whole steroid thing, it wasn't a big buzz with the boys at WCW.
No, I think the thought was if you have a good enough lawyer and you got unlimited funds, you could probably beat anything.